Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Um, I'm coming to present this video. I did a video on my other account, on my first account, Clarence Ray YouTube. Clarence Ray YouTube. That's the one that's the name that I go on when I come to YouTube and represent myself. That's the account that I mostly be on for the most part. I did a video over there today, and the video was based upon appearance, and I posted to Facebook and Twitter, and I posted to the Linking It website. It's a website that you can promote your job, promote your business. I don't hardly use it that much, but since I'm passionate about work and stuff, I post certain videos there, depending on what it is. If I'm talking about Black love, I specifically use my certain channels like this channel, African Black Love, just to talk about love, Black love amongst my African people, because I take a lot of pride in that. I'm very, very passionate about it. Um, Another thing, I guess I want to blend this video in with the same thing, basically, is resemble to what the video that I named, based upon appearance. You know what I mean? Your appearance. People say appearance tells a lot about you. Maybe to a degree, but I would have to kind of respectfully disagree with that, because you cannot look at people and actually say what they are by looking at them and judging them. Unless in I don't know. You just can't do it unless you got a strong gift of insight. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not, as far as I don't affiliate with, you know, I'm not saying that I don't. I do believe there's a God. I do believe there's a God. I'll put it that way, but I'm not into when I speak on religious topics or whatever. I don't approach them the way the average preacher does. Like the Bible says, Jonah was in the belly. No, I could, but I don't do it that way. I just approach it from a point of view from the angle of just questioning it. But anyway, this topic on this channel, I don't speak on my biblical topics. I keep them topics separate, but I just kind of I'm giving y'all a piece of what I be talking about on my other YouTube websites. But this video, I'm gonna base it upon appearance, but Black love at the same time. I do believe in it. I know that's, well, okay, I'll just leave it at that. But anyway, you cannot look at a person and judge that person based upon appearance. Like, okay, let me give you some examples. I have on a long sleeve shirt, but the problem is, you may say, you ain't got on a long sleeve shirt. If you look real good, you'll see something is missing, something is wrong. What do you see? You see I have my shirt, it's like it's rolled up. I rolled it up. It's a long sleeve shirt, but it's rolled up. I don't know why I felt that way. I guess I don't know. Wearing long sleeve shirts, you know what I mean, in the summertime. And well, in the wintertime I do wear long sleeve shirts, but in the summertime I tend to wear long sleeve shirts too. I tend to have my seasons of where I'm backwards, when it's, well, I'm not going to pretty much say that. I would say kind just a little bit. If it's too cold outside, I wear long sleeve, but I like wearing long sleeves. I don't know why I do that. I guess my dad was like that, he was like that, my mom told me that my dad, he was like that, he liked it I think he liked it to wear long sleeve, you know, uh, whatever, for whatever reason. But anyway, people, I do know that, let me say this here. I do know that you have to, if you're going to apply for a job, most people, we have been trained and taught that when people look at you, people judge you by the content of your character, your appearance. I can agree to a certain degree, I'm just going to say, excuse me, man. I'm just going to say to a degree. Okay, I just had to make sure everything was all right. To a degree, but not all the time, because you have people that's comfortable dressing a certain way. Like somebody may say, well, if you don't dress like the average person, then if you trying to get into a relationship, whether it's me or anybody else, then that person not gonna take you seriously because you're not dressing normal like the average person. The way I see it, if that person love you, they love you regardless. It doesn't really matter. If you love somebody, you love them. You know what I mean? Regardless. I mean, the thing is, you gonna want them to meet certain qualifications, yes. But when it comes down to the way a person dressed, I mean, their clothing, you're gonna look for the most. Let's just be real. If a person looks nice and attractive or whatever, then I mean, I guess to a degree you might want them to kind of look okay or whatever, but you're gonna want them to be neat and things of that nature. You're gonna want them to be well keep you're gonna look at how they take care of their personal hygiene. That's understandable. But what I'm flipping it from a different angle. I'm not trying to change nothing. I'm just flipping it from a different angle. If I wear shorts, let's say shorts in the wintertime, and I have on a long sleeve shirt in the wintertime, and I have on some shorts, because most people don't wear shorts in the wintertime. They wear long pants. Now I have been guilty for the most part of wearing not long, excuse me, but shorts in the wintertime, which is still, I guess, not good, but I have been guilty of doing that. Now, a lot of people may look and say, well, you might as well, if you're trying to get in a relationship with somebody, they're not going to take you seriously because of the way you dress. Okay, I get it. But on the other hand, at the end of the day, the content of your outward appearance, has nothing to do with the passion that you have within your heart. You can look a certain way outside. Like me, I can look mean from the outside, but deep down on the inside, I can have a big loving heart on the inside. So you can't go by the appearance of a person. Let's say people can dress up. People will dress up and they will take their appearance and they can actually make themselves look appealing now. You know what I mean? But at the same time, they still can fool you. You know what I mean? You can do all of what it takes to get the job. You can come in looking presentable, but the content of your character, a lot of people say, look, don't judge me. And this is what I was talking about on my other channel, on my first account. Don't judge me. But you judge by the content of your actions. People say you're judged by your character to a degree, but for the most part, people really judge you by your actions. For example, if I stand here and do this video, and I'm based upon the things that I'm saying right now, I may say like what I'm saying now, and I come with the next question, and I say, don't y'all judge me. I don't have no African Black Love channel. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Well, you just said it. It came out your mouth. Then you have a channel called African Black Love. So that's not judging me. You're judging me, but it's a good judgment. There's a difference between giving somebody, pointing out and judging them from a true point of view, because you have evidence that this is what they said or this is what they do. So how is that you're judging me? It's nothing wrong with the judgment as long as the judgment is true. Now, a judgment, in my definition, is when you look at people and you just start imagining things in your mind and say, you know what, that's a bad person. That's a bad person. Then now you're making judgment, which means you're making assumptions. You can't make assumptions. You have to make judgments based upon a person's action. If I tell you one thing with my mouth, or if a person or anybody tell you anything with their mouth, but yet and still they go and they do contrary to what they said with their mouth, but they're doing another one, then at that point they can't say, stop judging me. No, your actions, the life you live is your judgment. You see what I'm saying? The things that you do is your judgment. If I perform and say, for example, look right there. if I go back there and say I want to move that flower right now, if I go, let's say if I'm gonna go, let's say make up a scenario and say I'm gonna move that flower, and I come on the YouTube and I say, don't y'all be judging me about moving my flower. Y'all judging me. I'm not moving my flower. But guess what? I'm lying, because you see the evidence. I said it, and then I act on what I said. So at that point, it's a judgment, but it's a real, true judgment. You have the actual facts that I'm saying that. So at that point, my actions is judging me. You're not judging me. You seeing what I'm doing, and you making a judgment, which means that judgment is right. It's not a made up thing. You actually see me in real life moving that flower from in the back here. So at that point, I can't say you judging me. No, my actions is judging me. You judge people based upon the things that they do. You can't come out and say, well, this person is not going to be a good mate for me based upon him having a short sleeve shirt on, in which I have shorts. I know that didn't make sense, but I did it. I got on shorts and I have on a short sleeve shirt. So what does that have to do with, at the end of the day, what does that have to do with me being faithful and loyal to you? That has nothing to do with me being faithful to you. That means I just have on I like wearing short sleeve shirts, or either I like wearing shorts. It has nothing to do with or determine. You can't look at me and determine, oh, he got that on, so he's not going to be faithful. How do you know that? No, you can't judge that until you see a person's action. You can, that's just like me. I can stand here and talk all day, but you have to see actions at the end of the day. If I can stand here and talk about this all day, but at the end of the day, I'm being judged by what I'm saying, but my actions, if I go out and do something else, then my actions is going against what I said. So at that point, the life I'm living is my judgment. You see what I'm saying? The life you live, remember that. The life that we live is our judgment. I don't care who it is. The life that you live is your judgment. Has nothing to do with the person judging you. They judging you, but it's a correct judgment. It's nothing bad about a correct judgment. A false judgment would be an issue. A false judgment would be the problem. Would be a problem if you're judging somebody, because people don't like to be judged. People don't like for you to falsely accuse them of that. That's understandable. But at the same time, I can't get upset with somebody when I do something and they come back and confirm it to me and say, well, I seen you making this video. You said this and this and this and that, this and that. I can't get mad with somebody because they have told me that, because that's a true judgment. Because they identified everything that I said. So I can't deny what I said because I put it out there. So I can't say, well, you judging me. No, I can't do that. I have to accept responsibility of what I said. If I said it, I said it. So I have to take responsibility for it. That's with anybody, anything. I don't care who they are. You know, it doesn't matter what race they are. They have to, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, people. But I love my African black people. I do. There's nothing that I can't go against them for no one. I will not go against my African black brothers and sisters for no one. I can't do it. That's the type of person that I am. So I just wanted to make sure I got that out the way first with me expressing the things that I'm saying. But anyway, if they tell me that I've done something wrong, I can't get upset with them if I made the video and they tell, and I deny it and say, no, I didn't say that, I didn't say that, and knowing I said it. Like right now, I'm doing this video. Somebody say, hey, Clarence, you did a video. You talked about African black love, and you talked about not judging me and not judging a person. And I might look at that person, let's say, make up a scenario and say, You know what? I didn't say that. No, 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 no. But I'm denying what I said. You judging me. No, my actions judge me. If they go back and look at the video, they'll be able to say, well, look, no, well, no. Peter Garcia said that. He said, he talked about people judging people and judging people based upon their actions. He said that. He spoke of these things in the video. So how would I be able to deny that? I can't do it. So with that being said, when you first look at a person, when you first look at me, or if you see me with a short sleeve shirt on, or maybe a long sleeve shirt on, and some shorts, you can't look at me and you can't look at a person and say, oh, that makes that person a bad person. You can't do that. You judge people by you can, in other words, if I got my sleeves rolled up, you can't look at me, or you can't look at the other person and say, oh, he rolled his sleeves up on his shirt. You know what? He's not going to be faithful to me. You can't base appearance upon, or you can't base the way a person have their shirt up, or whether they're wearing a short sleeve or a long sleeve shirt. You can't base that upon and determine whether they will be faithful in a relationship. You may see that, but you could be acting, you can be making an assumption, but you don't know what's going on the inside of their mind. In their mind, they want to be faithful, but in reality, in your mind, you're judging them based upon something that you don't know. You're making assumptions. You're assuming something that you don't really know anything about. So you can't base an assumption based upon the way of how a person dress or whatever, whether they'll be faithful to you. Because a lot of times you can be wrong. The assumption that you make can be totally wrong. Excuse me. Yeah. So you can't go by that. I'm sorry, y'all, for doing this. But anyway, love and peace, people. I love you all as my African black people. I will continue to do the things that I'm doing. There is nothing that that I would enjoy doing better than doing this here and reaching out to my African people, and I will continue to do so. I've been, you know what I mean. And but anyway, just remember some of the things that I said. Just give me your thoughts. I'm gonna open up the gates. I'm gonna open up the floor. Anybody who have any questions or any comments about this, the statements that I just made, based upon appearance and how can you determine a person's faithfulness? That would be a question that I would leave open. Just give me your thoughts and tell me what you think. What do you think? Do you think that based upon a person's appearance, does that determine faithfulness based upon how you see them, you know, the clothes that they have on? Will that determine whether they're going to be faithful to you? What can you look at that and look at the appearance of a person and say, I'm not saying that you got to accept anything now. I'm just saying if the person looks nice, looks good, and have everything that you ever wanted in a mate or whatever, you know, y'all serve and have chemistry together, and you see one thing out of line, this person has a short sleeve shirt on, or they have a long sleeve shirt on and some shorts on, can you look at that and determine whether that person will be faithful to you or not? What I'm trying to say is you can't look at that and determine whether that person will be faithful to you or not. You can't do that. That doesn't excuse them from not having being passionate about reaching out and saying, you know what, I can be faithful to that person for the rest of my life. I can be faithful to that woman for the rest of my life. Same thing applies to the woman. She can look at the man and say, you know what, I can be faithful to that dude for the rest of my life, or whatever. I can be faithful because I see he has good intentions and he has a passion for the things that he believes in. He really believes in what he's saying and what he's doing. You know what? I can roll with that all day. I can roll with that. I can go with that because he's faithful in his heart. You know what I mean? But you judge a person based upon their actions, not based upon, you can't determine whether the relationship will be good or bad based upon because you saw one thing out of line. This person had long bushy hair. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, or had a long sleeve shirt on, or a short sleeve shirt on, and some long pants, or maybe some shorts. You can't look at that and say, well, look at the clothes and say, well, you know what? This person got long pants on and a short sleeve shirt on. This person's not going to be faithful to me. No, you can't look at it like that, because you'll be making an assumption. You'll be wrong. Let's say if your judgment is wrong, a lot of times it can happen. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that the person cannot be right. They can be right. But I'm just saying sometimes that person can have it wrong sometimes. You can't look at it like that. You know, it'd be the same thing just because a person is sitting in a car. You know, they can be sitting in a nice, beautiful car. It's one thing to look at a nice, beautiful car that person's sitting in, but it's another thing is to say, well, you know what? That's not going to determine whether that man inside that car, that beautiful car, is going to be faithful to you. He can be sitting in a nice, beautiful car, and inside that car, in his heart, he can be unfaithful. But he can be sitting in a beautiful car. Sitting in a beautiful car doesn't mean that he's going to be faithful to you. It just means that that person is just sitting in that car. That's it, a nice car. But it doesn't determine a person's heart. You judge people based upon their actions. That's right. You judge people based upon the content and the actions of, and the actions reveals their character. Let me say that again. The actions of a person reveals their character. So I'm going to leave it right there. Leave me your thoughts and tell me what you think. Tell me what's on your mind. Please do so. Write, subscribe, comment, leave your thoughts. Until then, thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm out.